Well, it's the second week of LCS. I'm joined right now by two people who just faced off against each other in League of Legends, Hai and Aphromoo. So, Hai, first off, FlyQuest flying high these days, to use the Reddit meme. And I think a lot of people are kind of surprised at how well you guys are doing out the gate, given that you guys weren't in LCS last year, etc. What do you credit your success to so far?
I would say good teamwork. Me, Balls, and Lemon have played for a very long time together. Johnny has been a recent addition, but we've played along with him as well. And Moon is, he's 19 years old, so he listens to us really well, and he has good input as well. So it's just 5 people working as a team. We literally have 5 players, 1 coach. So we're all really close-knit, and we play well because of that.
Yeah. Now, after kind of jumping into that game, what do you think happened in those games that led to CLG's loss?
We lost.
Okay, I mean, that's true. That's true. I feel like there was like a progress, that started from the beginning, or...
Pretty sure FlyQuest had better calls than we did. Also, I felt like most of their comps were a lot better besides Game 1. Game 2, they definitely outcomped us with the Kassadin, Rengar pick, trading for Kha'Zix, as well as banning all the supports. And we banning 1 support in Zyra. So they definitely outdrafted us Game 2. But in the game, I felt like they didn't really go for skirmishes, so to speak. It was everyone collapsing at once most of the time, and usually we were off that timer where I wouldn't be able to get in the fight or Darshan wouldn't be able to get in the fight, and they would just make their burst plays really fast.
Now, Hai is, I'm sure many people assume, the shot caller for the team. Was that a strategic decision by your part to kind of avoid the skirmishes and wait for these kind of big collapse moments?
Well, the way I saw both games was that we would outscale them both ways. The game 1 is going to be really hard because they're going to be super tanky, and we don't do damage with the Varus build too. He's good for poke, and I'm Twisted Fate, so we really needed to wait a very long time until I could kill Malachi split pushing, or we can pressure objectives without dying for it. And that's like the same thing with Kassadin. I need items before we fight, so we take the game slow, don't let them get advantages, and they were playing a little bit disrespectful due to the first game in TF. Their bot lane wasn't respecting my ultimate at all. And when I'm getting free kills as TF, that's really bad. If I didn't get those kills, I think they might have won that game. But they didn't play safe, so they got punished for that. And the game 2, there wasn't much that they could do because I don't think they're used to the Kassadin into LeBlanc. I don't think many people have done that matchup at all. And it's actually really good nowadays because of the changes to LeBlanc. You can't port back to your W right away. So when you jump on me, I get to auto you with the W, and you lose that trade when that happens. So as the game goes on, we have double TP, and it's very hard to play against double TP. Like the other day, we had to play versus like Echo, Fiora, double TP. That's so dumb. I hate this double TP thing, but it's so annoying to play versus.
Yeah. What do you think of the double TP thing? Do you agree? Do you agree with the idea that it's annoying?
I mean, yeah, it's double TP, man.
All right. I mean, that's a reasonable response. What has the return of the LCS been like for CLG? I know for some people it's kind of like, oh, I was enjoying this holiday, now we're back in the swing of things. What's it been like for you guys?
It's cool. I'm pretty sure everyone on our team is playing different roles now, so I'm no longer, the engager, making it easier for us to engage and stuff like that, having to play around mid a lot more with mid and jungle control, and then bottom lane is just pure setup from the AD carry role. And playing control mage, normally I don't do that job most of the time, but now since this meta, it's my job entirely, so we're just trying to catch up to speed since everyone has to play a new role entirely and just trying to be able to adapt. So it's going to be a long season. It is definitely rough trying to make everything work, but we'll get there.
Yeah, do you think that it's right now just the sheer, you mentioned earlier, teamwork that is getting FlyQuest ahead? Is there a chance that you guys, like, how do you feel about the mechanics and just the general other areas of the team right now?
Right, so I think we get a lot of flack for our mechanics or things like that, but you're really not going to win these lanes if everyone's just like, you're not going to win these games if everyone's losing their lane. But if you look at the games we play, at least 2 out of 3 of our lanes are winning almost every single game. And when you have winning lanes, you get to push that advantage and pressure that into a snowball, right? So we're obviously a lot better than people could give us credit for, on top of us being very good at teamwork. So I don't care too much if people think we're bad. We're 3-0 right now, so our score speaks for itself. I don't need to say anything. I just need to play well, and then results will show if we're good or bad. So
Afro, anytime I try to do these interviews with 2 people on the opposite team, I always kind of figure out if there's, because afterwards I've seen so many games where teams will go back and afterwards they'll talk about it between each other and be like, what the hell were you thinking there? Why did you make this pick? Oh man, we got so caught out there. Is there any kind of like question or anything that was strange that FlyQuest did or anything like that that you would ask Hai? It's okay if you've got nothing. I can go to Hai. Maybe you can think of something.
question-wise, not really. Usually it's all internal on how we should be playing the game, how they counter it this time and this and that, what we should have went for our game plan, what was our objective focus this game, why do we pick our comp like that, and then during the game, usually it's just like in the moment calls, whoever has the lead, obviously they want to snowball it to one side of the map, all right, they prep the wave, go towards there, and it's either it's coming or you don't based on what vision you got, etc., etc. So I'm pretty sure we both understand the game pretty well, and FlyQuest came out on top today, so yeah.
Anything on your end, High, that you thought was unique from CLG or anything like that you'd bring up?
Well, gameplay-wise, it doesn't really, we're both really good teams, so if one team's making a mistake, the other team will understand why and how it happened. So the only questions you would ever have is, why did they pick this or why did they ban this, right? So I felt like their pick and ban phase was very poor, but that might be because they weren't ready for what we were going to do. They spend, 5 bans on mid, and we did as well game 1. But they didn't ban the one champion that I wanted, and then game 2 they did the same thing. There's one champion I wanted, but they didn't ban that one either. So it's hard for teams to be able to scout that because it's not like I'm playing all those champions in solo queue or something, right? So the only questions you ever have is why ban X or why pick X. But when you ask those questions, it gives away the strategy and things like that. So I don't have any question for that.
Final question: do you guys, or how do you both of you feel about the 10 ban system? Or have you gotten used to it now, or is it still kind of strange to walk on that stage and sort of have this different draft system?
Yeah, I think 10 bans is really nice, especially since there's a lot more balanced champions in the game. You're able to ban out 2 more, thankfully, and it's easier to pinch players' pools so that, maybe you're going to go up against this team. All right, this is, let's say, their best player. We want to pinch his pool so that he can't perform this role. So I'll give myself for an example. I'm not on engagers. Usually I engage all the time, force Aphro on the control mage, and then it's maybe a lot easier to play and you can box that player in more. So that's why 10 bans is a lot more fun. And it creates a lot of diversity in the team and having more sacrificing picks that your teammates can pull out to help, to better the team.
Yeah. Anything you would disagree with there? Anything you would add to it?
No, that's basically the gist of it. When you get more bans in the game, you get to target players or you get to do different comps. Whereas before, you only have 3 bans to ban OP champions. But generally, if you're the second pick, you're the one that's forced to ban those. But now with the 5 ban system, you can create OPs between the 3 picks and then 2 bans. So when you get that last pick there, you can ban 2 other ones and you create an OP, right? So that champion might not be broken, but if you ban the things that are good versus it, then it becomes broken. So that's what's good about the ban system. You get to choose what you want to be strong and weak.
Hi, anything you want to say to any of the FlyQuest fans out there?
Well, I appreciate everyone, still supporting us. I hope you like our new jerseys. I think they're pretty cool.
They're a lot better than last week's, I'll say that.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. So, thanks for sticking around and expect good things from us.
How about you, Aphromoo?
Thank you for supporting us as well. And even though it's a rough start, usually we always have these rough starts, figuring out, what roles we need to play and stuff like that, meta changes, it happens. But we're looking to improve everything, so thanks for watching.
I want to thank both of you guys for talking to me. I really appreciate it. It's always fun to talk to 2 people at the end.
Thanks, man.
Wait, what about mine? Okay, yeah, there we go. At the end of an interview, were you guys supposed to, did I butt in on that?
That's
No,
cool.
you're good.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
Typical, no, I'm not going to say it. Never mind.
You can check out the rest of our coverage of all things esports here at Yahoo Esports.